Yes, people. Yes, people. You know who I am. It's your host with the most, the Bridge 258, here today to talk about obviously the fact that the managers had a here we go, first and foremost, and secondly, some other news in regards to breaking transfer news and as well some of the possible signings we could be going for. So, as you know, I'm here with you as usual. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe. We're almost at 1,100 subscribers. I'm only 25 away. Would be really helpful if you guys could get me there, of course. And listen, we're continuing the content, continuing to roll. I told you guys before, I only took a 1.5 month break because I was tired of Chelsea Football Club. But listen, we are here now. We are here now to talk the one and only Chelsea Football Club. But listen, let's hear you guys here. Obviously, Killer Red, he's already sent in a nice little chat into the question, nice little prediction, as they like to say, and that is that I predict a bold manager will win the league next season. I mean, um, man, I don't know, man. What's also that 1-1? Is that 1-1 odd? You would say 5-1. You know, I don't know, man. Again, it's going to be kind of interesting to see at the end of the day, but we will, of course, see. But listen, this is, of course, the breaking news first and foremost. Let's bring it up for you guys to have a cheeky look at and have your say, of course. And that is that my guy, Mr. Enzo Maresca, has been made the gaffer at Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea have agreed to appoint Enzo Maresca as new head coach. Here we go. Understand the agreement is now done on contract valid until June 2029, 5-year deal. It is also includes an option to extend and June until June 2030. CFC is set to pay compensation fee to Leicester. Now, as you guys know, one of the things that I actually told you guys, if you remember, was that I am more than likely quite kind of sure or very sure that the deal they made with Moscow was a 5+1. And it seems that was proven right first and foremost. And again, giving someone the 5+1 deal, whether people tell him or not, that means you truly believe in him. And again, one of the points I made of the 2-year deal was that giving someone a 2-year deal, which is +1, which is an option, which is why I don't really like to include the +1 option, is that you're saying to him, you need to impress me within one season, and you need to hit everything straight away. And you can't, for me, a guy who's only got championship experience and with a newly promoted Leicester City, it's kind of crazy to be doing that to him personally. That's what I've always maintained. That's why I will always say first and foremost when it comes to and when it came to the manager. So that's why I said, yeah, if you truly believe in this guy, if you say that this is the man that you want to believe in, want to provide him, give him this long contract for me, again, makes sense. Now, of course, there's got to be things in regards to, can we trust him? Does he have that, the intangibles, as many would like to say? Tactic wise, I don't really see that much of a problem with him. I've said that previously, but it's the intangibles. Can he handle the heat? Can he, is his management good enough of these players? Is he going to be able to handle the squad? Can he handle what might be now Europa League, which we'll definitely talk about later on in the show, or Conference League, and be able to play the players on Sunday and still make sure that his tactics are continued on? Can he implement his tactics in a good amount of time? Is he going to be able to get us top for UCL football? Again, those are a lot of the questions that you've got to ask yourself. Has he even got the mentality? That's the thing here, where when it comes to someone like him, it's going to be a big leap. Again, you're going from a championship Leicester side to the EPL and then even to a top 6 side in the EPL. Do you have the thing in your brain, that's going to be able to make sure that you can handle those things? I'm pretty sure what's it called? But within this week, there will probably be a little meeting or whatever they call press conference they're going to do, because they've done it obviously not with Potter but with Pochettino when they were like unveiling him, and I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to continue that trend with coaches. So you're probably going to see stuff like that with him, and we're going to be able to see if he can handle that pressure there too. But guys, let's go. Killer Red says fatal four-way body battle between Pep, Slot, Ten Hag, and Maresca. Ladders and table, man. Listen, Hell in a Cell, man. We need Hell in a Cell, Killer Red. Hell in a Cell. Big up to my guy Samani Flame. Big up to you, Thalani. Says big up Ahmed. Thank you very much. I actually got some more news actually in regards to Maresca, because it was actually just reported just under half an hour ago. Chelsea are about to complete the agreement with Leicester for Enzo Maresca, it will cost around 10 million euros, which is roughly around about 8 million in euros, of course, in British pound sterling. All right, that's how much it's going to cost. Clubs also set to agree a fee on the staff. Deal to be signed in the next days. It's all done between Maresca and CFC on deal until 2029 plus option as reported today. So you know what Fabrizio is just rewording the stuff. So so essentially Chelsea are about to pay 8 million for him, the 8 million compensation fee from his contract, and then also the contracts that the other staff members that are within his group also have. So we'll see what happens there for sure. There's actually some other comments that have happened. Big up to you, Throw TV. Big up, guys. Hope you will step up and succeed. Let's hope so, bro. Let's hope so. Summer Surfaces, big up you, Ahmed Fraud. Wow, thank you very much to you too, Summer Surfer, man. Wow, listen, I like to think I'm not a fraud personally, but hey, we move. But obviously, I want to actually talk about this, and that is if you will come out straight away. See, look at that, man, cash money. So, So this is from Jay Percy from the Telegraph. This has actually been released just recently. So this is some of the comments that he's made in the article. Again, I don't really read the Daily Telegraph. I'm more of a Times man, Sunday Times sort of guy. You know what I mean? New Statesman sort of guy. So I don't really read those papers. But he says Paul Stanley and Lawrence Stewart spent most of today in the Costa del Sol. I don't know why I don't know why they said the Costa del Sol, because that's what it's actually called, with Enzo Maresca. They discussed transfer targets. Priorities are left back, forward, and a goalkeeper. You hearing that? Left back. Music to my ears. That's music to my ears. You know what I mean? First and foremost. Forward, of course, and goalkeeper. Now, we will definitely discuss the transfer targets in a bit. I've actually got a bit of a little list for us to actually look at and discuss, for sure. Again, Petrovic is a good backup. Again, if the club are trying to really push for UCL football, you probably want to be. I would personally say push for UCL football. He would work, but in the Enzo Maresca system, from what I'm hearing, Petrovic is still not 100% there. So if that's the case, you should probably go in and target someone that's going to be able to do that job for you 110% of the time. And in that case, that would probably be, again, as I said previously in the show, Bulka would be a good option. I know some people have mentioned Bento, obviously Brazilian goalkeeper. Diego Costa could be an option, of course, but that's all I have to say. We'll see on that one still. Delo's coming to the hut. Hey, listen, if that happens, the streets will know that Ahmed Abdi said it first. Ahmed, have you seen Leicester's injury list last season? Yes, we actually. I don't know if you saw some Money Flame. My guy Oliver, who was on the show with me, actually, he actually added something onto the show, which was actually showing the injury list, of course. You can obviously have a look back at it, of course. So Maresca and staff help the team to say, yeah, fair enough. Kukure is getting a backup. Joe is smoking good crack today, man. Kukure, man, he's on the way out. That's what I have to say. Hey, we have already hired a championship manager before people don't forget, and he failed to get promotion. So I don't want to hear about standards now. Lampardinho, big up Lampardinho, man. Big up Lampardinho first and foremost. Hey, obviously continuing on within the article, it says Willy Caballero, coach Danny Walker, goalkeeper coach Michel de Bernardin, fitness coach Marcos Alvarez, and first team analyst Javier Molina Caballero are all expected to join Enzo Maresca at Chelsea. So those are the guys that we're gonna probably have to. I am worried about this club. We might be in big trouble. Adrian Mask. I'm not sure who you are, Adrian. So unless I know you from somewhere, I don't usually let people on that I don't know, unless I'm doing a fan calling show, of course. If I'm doing a fan calling show, I usually do let people in, but today's not a fan calling show, period. Again, Caballero, again, good. Obviously, we know Willy Caballero, former Chelsea goalkeeper, great, was a good number 3. Had his moments as a backup, of course. Won the UCL with us. Big up to Willy. You know what I mean? Top guy, man. Top guy to say the very least. And it's going to tell us any other news on this in regards to that. But other than that, I don't think so, obviously. But I wanted to hear some of you guys' thoughts on my guy Enzo Maresca. So obviously the last 2 days we've been talking about the prospect of him, whether or not he's gonna come, will it happen, shall it happen? I wanted to obviously hear, at the end of the day, what your thoughts are. Now, one thing I have been hearing, yeah, and been reading on Twitter is the idea that he's Sarista Nation. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sorry Part 2. Big up to you, Kushon. If he's sorry Part 2, I'm in for the long haul. I'm in for the long haul. If he plays like I'm seeing how the way my G Star used to play, though you worry, I'm in for the long haul. I'm willing to, if I see that stuff here from the way my boy Sari used to play, my guy, I am here. I don't care, man. At least I know this ownership. I know this 10-0 crushing that we received in that week here was crazy, but I know they will actually allow it to hold if they know next season onwards, yeah, Sari's the ball is going to be activated. I would hold it, fam. If you play Sari's style of play, I'm willing to hold it. I am personally willing to hold it, bro. Wallahi, I'm willing to hold it, bro. Sari is my guy in it. So listen, Sari, that's my G, man. You know what I mean? What we did to Sari, you know what I mean, man? It's crazy. I used to watch Sari's Napoli team, and I watched what he was doing at Lazio. You know what I mean? That was crimes against football we did to my guy, Sari. First and foremost, you know what I mean? We have nobody in this team who can head the ball. This is scary. Well, if we are gonna we getting tossing Adebayo, that he might be able to head the ball. The Desarty can head the ball for sure. I don't know, Buddy Shield, sometimes, maybe not. Jackson's actually headed the ball 4 times into the goal. So he can definitely use his head. That's for sure. Pause. That was no diddy actually crazy. Big up to my guy Abraham. Nice to see you, bro. Always a pleasure to see you here. Of course, Killer Red. This appointment is karma for the sorry outers. Listen, man, Dory, Killer Red, we have got justice. We have got justice for my guy. Sorry, man. You know what I mean? Only thing we haven't got is that he's not smoking a blunt. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Insane. Hey, Adrian says nobody in our midfield can head the ball. We're going to concede more goals next year. If we lose Gallagher, this is terrifying. I think the thing with that comment is, again, it depends. If you're playing a 4-3-3, which is the rumored formation that he's probably going to be playing, right? Or 4-2-3-1. Now, I think probably in the team that we're going to play, if they want Nkuku to play 10, which is probably the more than likely outcome, then you're probably going to have to look at a 4-2-3-1, right? And you want to, so, right? But if you are playing, like, for example, like a 4-3-3, if you have a guy like Uguchukwu there, if you have a guy like Lavia who's going to be hopefully a lot more fitter, stronger this season, right? And, you know, I think he would probably be able to handle it for sure, I think, early. And again, one thing I will give Chelsea credit for, a lot of our centre-backs are quite tall. Yeah, even I would say, who's our fullback at right back right now? Reece James is quite tall, can head the ball. The only one maybe you could say is Kukurea, and then those two. Other than that, I think we've got quite tall players in and around the squad in general. So I think obviously I know that Enzo and Caicedo are not the tallest necessarily, but if you are playing a 3 and you play maybe a Lavia or Ugochukwu in that 3, I don't think that's necessarily an issue, I would argue. Again, usually when the first people head the ball in the midfield, right, you're going to head the ball, but then there's also about second and thirds. That's where you can bring in the defender to win that second header, to win the third header. Yeah, and a lot of the time, the way football is being played a lot more is now on the floor. So unless you're really facing those tough sides like a Everton, like obviously maybe a Sheffield United at times, obviously it's in and around those sort of squads, then that's where you probably bring in a bit more of a taller player to help you out in that midfield. But, you know, again, it's just about being tactically astute and just knowing when to change up the squad and when to be tactically, you know, astute, as I said before. Could I come on to channel, bro? Again, bro, I will repeat again. If I don't know you, or unless I know you, or I'm doing a fan calling show, then yes, simple as that, bro. If we get Iridomus forward, we might be okay. But if it's Jackson, we are finished. You know, again, we're gonna discuss transfers and stuff later on. Okay, big up Ahmed, big up to you, EE. Because Enzo said he likes Gallagher already on my bad side, if that's the case. Well, listen, man, you know, not everyone has different opinions. I like Gallagher too. Doesn't mean you don't like me. I Karma, for example, second smallest team, yet finished 5th in the league from top 4. Exactly. So again, it's I think one of the things we need to realize here, unless we're facing teams where they're going to be dedicated to be heading and everything like that, that's where you have to look at some of the stuff too. So again, that's something we can speak about a bit more going forward. Big up to my guy Vic. Gonna be interested to hear some of your comments, Vic. Of course. So I want to continue on, and one of the things I wanted to continue on is, of course, the news about. Let me just bring that up first for you guys before I talk about, which is the news, the possible news that Chelsea may be able to still get Europa League football. You know what I mean? Europa League Chelsea. You know what I mean? And the only reason we can be getting Europa League football is because of Manchester United. So let me bring that up first for you guys while I'm talking. And guys, of course, continue to chat, like, share, subscribe, as we always do. Always usually helps me out a lot of the time. Of course, where are we? Come on, I literally just saw this now. Oh yeah, so I'm bringing that up for you right now, bro. I'm bringing that up for you right now. Ineos and Denise, where is it? Literally, I'm typing in right now. It's my apologies. There we go. Bing bash bish bash bong. Breaking. Jim Michael and Ineos have until Monday to satisfy UEFA that Manchester United and OCG Nice can compete in the Europa League next season, reports at the Telegraph Football. So the reason why I'm talking about that is because, as you know, Ineos owns a certain percentage of Manchester United, which I think is around about 25 to 30%. But again, the 25 to 30% that they own is for sporting control, which is the key thing. The thing about UEFA is that when you own the club, it's either you own the club or you have some level of, or you have control of the day-to-day sport activities, right? So that's the thing with United. And they own, I think, a very, 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 and I think Radcliffe owns a big percentage of Nice as well. Like, I think a majority stake, if I'm not mistaken, of Nice. So that's the thing. And they do, and Ineos run that day-to-day as well. So you can't have two clubs that you run the day-to-day of, what's it called, in the same competition. Now, what was more than likely probably going to happen, I think, listen, even though, this is a little bit of hopium for us here, is that he probably will get Ineos to step down or step back from doing any of the day-to-day activities at Nice and bring in someone else to do it. That's probably more than likely what's going to happen, in my personal opinion, if they're smart. But, if they don't, on Monday, man, we in Europa League. I'm not going to be talking about was it good playing in give me some names that we could be playing at next season. I'm not going to be playing in Eastern Europe, bro. I'm not going to be playing in Eastern Europe. It's not going to be the road to Warsaw, man. It might be I don't know what we're playing. I don't know what the Europa League final is, but it's going to be the road to the Europa League final, man. But hey, you never know, man. Let's see some more of your comments. Do you think this is going to work? I think we win the league. I know you think I'm mad, but we will. Abraham Kalama, you know what I mean? A bit too optimistic, I would say. Again, we have to see in this first season. I think tactically, the stuff that he's able to do, I think it looks good. I like the stuff that I'm seeing from him, tactically speaking. The thing for me, again, is the intangibles, the mentality, the man management, how he's able to handle the situation is what I have to yet to be convinced of. I have to see that in preseason, as the season goes on, for me personally. Hey, listen, I'm obviously speaking about that. To my guy CFC Steven, pleasure to see you here, bro. Always nice to see a new face. Howdy to you, Geordie too. Hey, unlucky Geordie, man. You can't get any European football, even though that might be a thing. They will not miss Europa, bro. They're not letting United and their brand not be a part of Europa. Hey, listen, Seniac, man. If they can't find the answer, then the answer might be no. You never know. Hey, don't get your hopes up, Lord. Listen, man. Hope is the thing that kills people. You know what I mean? That's the saying, isn't it? Hope is the thing that kills people. But listen, I'm on the hopium train. Mohammed Jama says Europa League final in Bilbao. Listen, road to Bilbao. We'll be there no matter what, bro. Road to Bilbao. We will be there no matter what, boys. I don't care. Gallagher is one of the fair enough. We could have an offseason. Can't wait to see. Wow, listen. Fair enough. Delani is definitely not a big fan of Gallagher for sure. Wait for please send these Manchesters come into Conference League. Listen, man, we can only hope and pray. But of course, this is one of the things I wanted to definitely talk about with you guys in regards to this, of course. And no team deserves Europa after finishing 8th. Yeah, man. We can't let these crooks get away with it, man. We can't let these crooks get away with it, man. So I actually want to talk about this. So there was some news obviously today in regards to Chelsea targeting Somerville. Now, as you guys know, Cincio Somerville is actually from Holland, if I'm not mistaken. And He's obviously available in the market for around about the 30 million range. Obviously, he's a winger. This is coming from MC McGrath. It's coming from MC Grathmike. So it's MC McGrath, I'm pretty sure. And I think he's actually one of the fellow writers on the Matt Law. So he's very reliable, by the way, in general. So he knows his stuff. Obviously, I want to actually look at Somerville in general. He's obviously a hot prospect, not just Chelsea looking at him. I think a bunch of other clubs, top clubs, are looking at him to potentially be able to bring in. One of the reasons why that is the case is because Leeds will now need to sell 100 million pounds worth of need 100 million pounds or need to raise 100 million pounds. So that means a lot of the team will more than likely obviously be like, you know, picked apart because of that. So that's something to consider. Now, I want to actually look at him, at some of his tactics and some of the stuff, and I actually have something brought up for everyone to have a look at right now. Oh, what the hell? My favorite Somerville stats. Let's go. That's what we need to look at. All right, so FBref, there we go. Share this one instead. Obviously, this is him in this season for the championship. Played 43 games, 3,498 minutes. He's played a lot of minutes in the league for sure. 19 goals and 9 assists. So he's, as you can see from here, obviously he's exceeding his XG. It's exceeded. I don't know what his non-penalty XG goals was, but he's not obviously exceeded his assistant XG. But if you look at some of this, apologies for that. Obviously his non-penalty goals are 0.39 per 90. Is in the 90th percentile in the championship. It looks like at the very least. Shots, shoots, definitely shoots a lot. Definitely someone that is active, likes to shoot for sure. Definitely someone probably plays a bit more like an inside forward. I would think if that's the case. Progressive passes 4.4. Carries the ball really well. 5.04 progressive carries per 90. He's in the 94th percentile for that, by the way. Particularly championship where, bro, they are killing you, bro. They're going in crunch studs up. They don't have VAR over there, so listen, man. They're willing to do anything, bro. Particularly in such a competitive league. I think he's 24, if I'm not mistaken. We can just bring that up for you right now, my friend. He is 22 years old, born in October 30th, 2001. Right, so definitely something to look at for sure. He's got 2.52 successful take-ons, so very similar to Madueke in the sense that if you actually look at Madueke's stats when he was at PSV Eindhoven, he also had a very good successful take-on percentage. So 2.52 is in the 80th percentile again. You know, when I say 80th percentile, it means it's in the upper echelon of like players who are able to take on their man. And he's got a lot of progressive passes, but again, progressive passes being more than likely that you're just passing it forward. So that's some of his stats, to say the least. I want to hear from you guys, of course. Would you take Somerville at Chelsea Football Club? That's the question I have to ask to everyone here. So what are we saying? He has good stats, but I'd like to see him do it in a better league, of course. But the thing is, funnily enough, he was in the EPL. He was in the side that got relegated, if you remember. A lot of people seem to forget that. He was in the side that got relegated when under the American manager, whose name I forget literally right now, who's now the Canadian manager. So, again, you know, you look at these stats, very good, at least from a stats perspective, looks very good. Looks like he's doing stuff. 30 million pound on the market for. That's Chelsea's range. You know what Chelsea have been doing recently with the scouting, and you know what they tried to do. I can't do that because then I'll get actually copyright strike. That's why I can't actually show that. Yes, Jesse March. Thank you for reminding me, EE, by the way. No, we don't have room for him. Sorry, but he's a left winger, if I'm not mistaken. No, Jesse. So some of it will be a left winger, and if you look at the left wing, Sterling's not been great. You look at Mudryk. Not been great either. So you're looking at someone like a Somerville can be really effective in the left wing. And you know, so again, we could probably use him. You know what I mean? When you've got guys like how shall I say? When you've got guys like Mudryk and Sterling, that anyone that can do something as good as he's done is a bonus, I would say. Bring him in Elise over and sell Sterling quality in depth. Again, that's the ideal scenario. But the thing, as I said before, Sterling is going to be quite hard to sell him. He's in his favorite city, which is his home city, and he's on good wages. You know, it's going to take a miracle to move him on, honestly, if I'm being honest. Ulisse will be right wing. Listen again. If I don't know if you've heard the news, my boy Abraham, but they're looking for 5 signings. So again, but we can obviously talk about that for sure. I'd rather get Ulisse and move Nkuku to left wing. The thing is, bro, knowing this club, they're gonna sign a lot more. If the club are trying to sign 5, 6 players, they're gonna sign a lot of players in it at the end of the day. So if they want to bring this guy and they're gonna bring in Ulisse also, doesn't matter really. I don't really mind at the end of the day. Some of it was like a baby Sterling. Thank you, Keyshawn's giving you a bit of insight from what he's seen from Somerville. Again, my knowledge on him is quite limited. I don't watch the championship as much. League on players though, I know those guys like I know my Pokemon. That's for sure. But EE says, but I trust the scouts. They have more hits than misses. I would definitely agree with that. I think again, from in terms of misses argument, I think maybe again, I've always said from a misses argument, they haven't really missed that much. They haven't really missed that much, in my personal opinion. Yeah, we do need. Yes, I agree. If they buy him, it's because he's cheap. Yes, that's what I'm saying to you, Gabriel. Again, Chelsea have been in the market. If you look at the previous summer, barring my guy that we brought in midfield, Caicedo, everyone else was brought between the 40 and max. The max player we brought was 40 million. Everyone else was 40 million or less. So that's the market that the club is actively trying to look at this moment in time. So unless someone that you believe in, they're not willing to pay that high range of prices anyway. With Enzo's system, how does Ulisse fit? That's the issue because Palmer would be there. Again, from what I'm hearing, obviously I know he plays a 4-3-3, might be a 4-2-3-1, of course. So of course we'll see. As a nation, we're here, Kishon. Don't you worry, man. Listen, you know me, man. I used to watch Crystal Palace on the regular. So listen, as a nation, we believe. Like when we are going to sign the USDM for a cut price last season, but pulled the plug last minute. Yes, exactly. Sterling is good enough to still be starting for an EPL contender. Joe, stop smoking crack, man. Big up to Danny Knight. Nice to meet you, bro. Hope you're doing well, of course. I'm doing quite well. I saw your other comment as well. Mudryk. Again, listen, if you truly guys still believe in Mudryk and you're giving him a chance under a guy like Enzo Maresca, then I would say, why not have him compete with Somerville? If you believe in Mudryk, why not give Mudryk more competition to see if he can thrive under pressure? You know what I mean? This is Chelsea Football Club, man. You know, at the end of the day, bro, listen, you got to be always competing. Drogba was competing with Shevchenko. Drogba competed with Torres. Drogba competed with Anelka. Drogba was competing with Good Johnson. You know what I mean? So listen, there's a lot of guys, man. You know what I mean? That you have to compete with. This is Chelsea, man. I think again, my personal opinion on this is that Madueke is not going to get sold this season. He'll be sold next season, in my personal opinion. Part of it is because Estaval and Pies are not going to come until next season, which is 2025. And B, if you're looking at it, if you are going to be in Conference League or Europa League, you're going to need depth. So having Madueke is going to be depth. And plus, if you bring in a guy like Ulisse, you can at least do a thing of having, excuse me, we can have Palmer in the 10, Ulisse on the right wing, and Nkuku on the left even. You know what I mean? If you want to give time for Sincensio, Somerville, or Mikhailo Mudryk to adapt in that time period, I would say. Yeah, you might. Yeah, listen, DI, man, it's not even just 300. It's 325. Get it right, man. It's 325k a week that this guy is on. He's stealing a living. I've said this before, bro. You might hate Sterling, but he's created 30% of our chance of playing this season. Joel, stay off the weed. Thank you very much. Abraham Mudryk's got everything to be the best skill winger in the world. Play skill, brilliant passing. Just need to work on his base. Again, Abraham, listen. If that's what you believe and you're happy about, I don't mind. The question I always come back to is, listen, we need to create competition. This is Chelsea Football Club. If we need guys to work right now, that's what we need to do. But this is what we need to do right now. So that's my belief. We have dead bodies on the left side, body bags all over the pitch. Oh my goodness me. Insane comment. I am a bit worried about the appointment because I've got a feeling that this could go wrong. I would not put Enzo on 5-year contracts, and have we learned from Potter appointment? I agree with you, bro. And there's one thing I will say is that, of course, I'm worried. It's a high-risk appointment. Let's not get that twisted. This is probably the riskiest appointment we've made under this ownership, for sure. right? Again, the problem is right now I can't do anything about that. I probably would have gone again for other options. I've always made it personal that I would prefer to go for De Zerbi or even if I stretch Amarin, but I'll probably have to come at the risk of tweaking the squad in a lot of ways personally for me. But they've done it. All I can do now is just back the manager and hopefully he can turn out to be as good as he can be. And the only reason why I say the 5-year contract, I accept it is because, again, it's a 5-year contract. At the end of the day, if you truly believe in a guy, you don't give him a 2-year plus 1 deal. You have to give him a long contract to show that you truly believe in him. That's all it is for me personally, Daniel. But again, I do agree with you. It's a very, very high risk appointment at the end of the day. Nobody's ready for Estevan and Paez. They're world class. Abraham, man, Abraham's he's a Cobanista. You know what I mean? He knows the big guys. Big up to Ayakrama. Listen, man. Yes, for sure. And big up Ahmed. Was thinking of how much of a clown show the club has been till I saw Spurs. Yes, I was about to go to that X-Style, bro. I was about to go to that, bro. Official exclusive story confirmed. Timo Werner will stay at Tottenham next season on a season-long loan from RB Leipzig. You know what I mean? Timo Werner is scamming my brother, man. Listen, round of applause, Timo. Keep scamming Tottenham, man. Keep scamming the ops. I love it. I love it, man. I love it, man. You know what I mean? He's scamming the ops. You know what I mean? Timo Werner. That's real mentality. Keep scamming, man. I love it, man. Big up Timo, man. Round of applause for Timo, man. Round of applause for Timo, man. We need it now. Keep scamming. Keep scamming, man. If I see a Tottenham fan ever tell me about standards again, yeah, you're signing Timo Werner. Sure. Hold that. You know what I mean? Hold that. You signing Timo Werner. That's it. If you ever hear a Tottenham fan ever tell you about standards, just remember, tell them to their face, you're signing Timo Werner. That's it. Nothing else needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else has to be said about that at all. Finito, khalas. You know what I mean? So there we go. I'm surprised to be honest. He's getting exactly what Poch wanted. Lord, seems he's gonna get players he wants. You know what the problem is, XG now? Do you know what? I think I don't think the ownership is like kind of like dickheads, isn't it? They're of course gonna give these guys a say of the player types and the stuff that he wants. But the problem is, XG now. I don't know if you saw some of the guys that he wanted. Ugarte, Frank Kessie. You know what I mean? There was even guys that he wanted from his past. Imagine if he wanted Paredes. You know what I mean? He could have won. You know what? Yeah, I was scared at one point that he might want Danilo Pereira from PSG back. That's what I'm saying to you. So the problem with Poch, he probably wanted players which the club saw and thought, nah, they're not it, man. That ain't it, man. You know what I mean? The club probably did the little, nah, man, that ain't it, man. You know what I mean? That's probably what happened. Knowing Chelsea Football Club, that's probably what happened, bro, in real life. That's all I have to say. What a season we've got ahead of us, but let's bring it home first. Daniel said, if this goes wrong, someone else to blame and they need to get it. 100%, Daniel. I agree with you 100%. This is their final choice. This is last chance saloon for the directors. If they don't get it right, you know what I mean? Time to get your head chopped off, my friend. Move on. Oh, it's okay for Werner to scam. But what if when it's Sterling, you just want to be... Don't scam our football club, ladders, my prime. Don't be scamming at my football club, innit? If you scam the ops, I'm happy. But we don't scam at Chelsea Football Club, innit? We don't allow scammers at Chelsea Football Club. Let that be known. When will Spurs even win? Good question. I remember Poch wanted Paredes. When I heard Poch wanted Paredes, I was like, that ain't it, y'all. That ain't it, y'all. You know what I mean? Time to move on. That's, you know what I mean? That's when I saw, let me give it, I'm trying to think of a good example. That's when I saw, flipping, when Sasuke hit the Chidori on Gara and Gara just blocked it. I knew that was, I was like, yeah, man, that ain't it, man. That ain't it, man. You know what I mean? Just missed. If he got Osimhen, I think we get top 3. Fair enough, Joe. We're definitely actually going to speak about that right now, actually. I don't think we will get top 4 next season. Fair enough, Daniel. It's going to be interesting to see if we get or not. But that's a target apparently for next season. Everyone says last chance. But are we actually going to do? What are we going to do if Enzo didn't work? Well, he has got. Well, then he's got to go, and then the directors have to go too. Simple as that, Abraham. Again, in life, they're giving him 3 strikes. You know what I mean? Strike one was a Potter. Strike two was it called Poch, and now we've got Maresca. That's strike 3 if he doesn't work out. I agree with you, Thorani. So that's why, again, for me, it makes sense to have Madueke here for another year. That's why I've actually advocated Madueke for another season. Let's go, man. You know what I mean? Madueke Nation, we're out here, man. We're out here. But guys, I want to continue on. You know, let's power through. You know, because we've got a lot of stuff to still talk about here for sure. And that 5 is not only the length of the contract, but Chelsea could make 5 signings this summer. Maybe more, maybe less. Let's see. But they are looking at a GK, CB, ST, and wingers. Now, obviously, as you guys know, in regard to the winger market, we have spoken about Tysenso, Somerville. Obviously, there was a guy that was like being linked to us from Brazil that's like 24 years old. So clearly, you know, the age range is increasing for Chelsea. You know what I mean? It's not just under 18s anymore that you're going for. That's crazy, actually. No, that was crazy. That was a crazy comment. You know, I apologize for that comment, boys. But some of it obviously is an option that we're looking at. There was a gentleman, 24 years old, that is playing in Brazil that's going to be going to Strasbourg soon, if I'm not mistaken, too. So, again, from the winger market, there's definitely some options there. Options there to be definitely done. I'm not sure who else they're looking at. Obviously, we've had rumors about Nico Williams, but he's just going to be too expensive, I think, to be able to get at the end of the day. So that's definitely not happening. Obviously, Leao. The thing with Leao, again, Leao's had a bad season, of course. The price point to get a guy like Leao is going to be extreme amount of money, and that would mean he would have to bank or 2. So that's going to be heavy price you're going to be putting on my guy's head. And obviously, the other thing that we need to consider is, of course, Kvaratskhelia apparently to PSG might be happening. I think they've put in 100 million bid according to Dimarzio. He seems to have got his jig back. You know what I mean? He's got the transfer juice back. So clearly, you know, we could be getting Kvaratskhelia going for 100 million. So imagine what my guy, the guy that's actually really good and has proven over back-to-back seasons, like Leao is going to be. Leao is going to be even more than 100 million. It's going to be like 150, 160. You're going to have to pay Dembele money to get like Leao, which is the 166, which Barcelona did from BVB. So it's going to be too much money to get a guy like Leao on that left wing. And I'm just looking at the left wing options. Obviously, from a right wing option, I don't think we need that much again because of the guys we've got and the guys that we're getting. So Olise again is a premium. A guy you have to bring in. The quality is too good. The club wants him. The scouts want him. You have to bring him in, man. You know what I mean? He's a no-brainer. Like literally, if I type in Olise's name right now, into FB Ref, bro, his stats here are insane, bro. For a guy that does not even play that much, he is sensational. Literally, bro. This guy's not played at least a good 60% of the season, And look at that. 10 goals, 6 assists, 19 games played, And you look at this, bro. Look at that, bro. 0.59 non-penalty goals per 90. The 99th percentile, Look at his assists. 0.46 assists. 99th percentile. You know what I mean? Out of all players in the world, this is who we're talking about, bro. This is my flipping winger. You know, Olise Nation, bro. I always wanted Olise Palmer last season, by the way. This guy is insane. You look at the shooting percentage. Let's not even look at the passing. Progressive passes per 90. Progressive carries per 90. Successful take-ons per 90. This guy, he's got the package, bro. I'm telling you. And having him and Palmer, who one can play the 10, one can play on the right wing, and then you can even have them more so Palmer and Olise, I think would be better than when you see Palmer and Madueke, where they can actually switch around. One can play on the switch to the right wing, but the other one goes to the 10. You can do that again, continuously moving around in that right-hand side area, movement there, creating chances with gusto there too. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You have to be able to see that vision there. That is real hoops, man. And the amount of creation you're going to get, particularly from a guy like Olise and a Palmer, to the striker, mamma mia. That's going to feed families. That will feed families for generations to come. I'm telling you, bro. That is why, I want Olise to come to this football club, bro. I don't care, Listen, Madueke, if he's a real one, he will fight for his spot. You know what I mean? Madueke this season, on the bench here for the majority of the season, being held back, scored 7 goals, by the way. So if he's a real one, he will show that he's better, and then he will do it too. That's all I have to say, man. But let's read some of your comments. Everyone's commenting, everyone's hot. So let's see. Obviously, I agree, Daniel. We should be getting our stuff done prior preseason. By the way, preseason now is only 1 month away. Our preseason starts on the 1st week of July, by the way. So preseason is only 1 month away. And the Euros are about to start in 2 weeks too. So listen, man, everything's hotting up right now. Everything is hotting up for sure. Why do you lot rate Osimhen so highly? How many seasons has he finished at the top scorer in the Serie A? I'm just trying to understand the fascination. I'm not a big fan of Osimhen personally. I would go for other guys, which we'll discuss later on in the show. But I wouldn't say Osimhen was my first choice. Ugarte, Kese, pivot, Galarog in the front of them, and Mount on the right, and Dyer at CV definitely wasn't. Oh my god! If we let that happen at Chelsea's football club, bro, cancel the club, cancel it, bro, cancel for the football club. If we let that happen. I feel like Paez is ready to be honest. Bro plays international football with Caicedo. Yeah, Paez, man, he might be ready. I'll be honest, the stuff I've been seeing on Paez, man, I hope next season he continues to obviously improve on, because damn, that guy, he's looking like he's him. He's going to probably play, by the way, in the Copa America. So keep an eye on that, by the way, because obviously Copa America this year is going to be a lot bigger. I think the US is playing Copa America too this year, if I'm not mistaken, and Canada. It's going to be the whole continent, the whole like American continent, if I'm not mistaken, playing there. So that's definitely something that's going to be really good to watch, by the way. Keep an eye on that and to check for any talents, because you know Chelsea and South American talents, war is wet. All I have to say. I'll bet you £10 he won't outscore Jackson last season. Hey, listen, I'll double it. I'll add £20 for you so that we can bet together. I don't want to spend lots of money on a Chelsea striker at Chelsea. Please retire the number. To be honest, no one's wearing the number 9 shirt. Jackson scored quite a lot of goals this season, 14 goals this season. He could have scored a lot more, you know, but again, as a young guy, obviously not there. Yeah. Why aren't we looking for a left back though? Oh, don't worry. They are looking for a left back, by the way. Kukure out, incoming. Chilwell out, incoming. I'm telling you right now. Osimhen of the crosses from Reece and Gusto, Luis Palma is going to cook. I agree 100%, bro, by the way. Every time Chelsea sign big name strikers, they always flop. I agree with that too. That's why for me, I'm looking at a guy that's an up and comer. You saw obviously with Jackson how that actually worked out for us for this season and more seasons onwards. I would argue. Obviously, whoever comes in next, whether it be a Tesco, for example, could be a good option. I've said Sorloth, Dobrik. There's a number of options that you can go there that are up and coming, that are very good strikers that have that ability to do so. So, big up to my guy Rube Das. Nice to meet you, bro. Hope you're doing well. We're actually going to be talking about obviously some of that stuff. Obviously, of course, we're definitely going to be discussing it. I've got a few goalkeeper options that we can definitely look at for sure at this football club. So again, there's a lot of options there that are available right now in the market. So we're definitely going to discuss that too. Osimhen has a striker instinct. Fair enough. I know Joe agrees that. I'm not a fan either. It's too much of a risk. Yeah. The thing for me is yeah, Pies is 1,000,000% ready. He looks like a baller. Cross and hope again. Listen, we had Ziyech spinning balls. Oh my goodness me. That actually was so nasty, by the way. The Ziyech spinning ball. You know what I mean? Lampard used to like feed off that, man. For the first half of that season, 2021, Lampard was feasting off the Ziyech crosses here into the box here and people scoring. Oh my lord. Lordy lord. Oh my god. Don't make me vomit, man. Paez is nice, but Elise is ready right now. Paez and Esteval will be brought along slowly, so Elise will help take the pressure off of both of them. 100% agree, bro. That's the point I'm trying to make. It doesn't matter that these guys are coming in. They're going to obviously need time, whether we like it or not. Plus, yeah, you've got Palmer there and you've got Elise there. So you're already well stocked there at the end of the day. So you've got more than enough assets there to be able to play. So who cares? For the fee, I mean. I 100%. What? 60 million for my guy, what's it called? Elise. That's not a lot of money, bro. For him, that's cheap, in my personal opinion. Scared money don't make money. Osimhen should still be the top target. Fair enough. Ziyech definitely is an Osimhen guy, so that's for sure. Tammy can't use his head. Well, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry about Tammy Abraham, man. We're linked to Benta from Brazil Thoughts. We gotta get there. A lot of comments coming in. I'm trying to read your comments, but you know, so Please bear with me for sure. We're gonna get there. But Angelo Gabriel has been at Strasbourg. He actually got hurt to I think towards the latter half of the second season. That's why he wasn't playing as much, by the way, because he actually got hurt. So I'm tired of up and coming. Bring me someone who's ready to score goals today. The rest of his game we will develop when he gets there. Plus, it will be 90 million instead of 100 million. So everyone relax on price. See you next making his case for Osimhen. You know what I mean? Again, I probably would assume that he'd probably be the number one target because of the way that Chelsea have been trying to do that all season. The striker isn't the issue. The tactics is played out. Ain't nobody won the league like this that in years. Angelo Gate. Okay, I'm almost there. 90 million is a lot of money. Too many question marks. Ulise, Osimhen, Palmer, sweet honey. Wow. Angela and Amari look like full profit players. Wow. Pure profit FC. That's Chelsea FC for you in a nutshell. End of the day, man, we've got to make money. So if that's the case and they hit off later on, listen, man, that's on Chelsea Football Club at the end of the day. So we can't do anything about that at all. But guys, obviously I've spoken about Ulise. We've spoken about the winger market for sure. I want to look at some of the possible left backs. I know the main left back target that a lot of people are looking at is this guy, Milos Kerkez of Bournemouth, Hungary player. I think Hungary is actually in the Euros this season. So, you know, if you want to have a look at him a bit more further and see how he plays, of course, definitely someone to look at. Obviously, he's actually played quite a few games for Bournemouth, 28 games, 1,970 minutes, 0 goals, 1 assist. Damn. So, obviously, from a statistical standpoint, good at making blocks and clearances, that's for sure. Again, with this one, it's a bit more tougher to make out, again, because he's been at Bournemouth, but you know, from what I've heard, from what I know about him at the very least, definitely a quality player for sure. Knows how to can be a bit more of an attacking threat. And again, you know, this is Bournemouth we're talking about, so they're not going to be obviously the most productive for sure. Chris Meister, 100%, man. The man them are forgetting about Lavia, bro. Next season they will not forget. So next season they will not forget, bro. Kirkers is my guy, man. Quality and wants to move. I hear that for sure, bro. I hear that for sure. Okay, man. Watch what happens when you get. Oh, I said Lukaku. Haaland scores a lot of goals. Yeah, fair enough. So that's definitely Kirkers. The other guy I would look at. This is Armanadi's league knowledge, yeah. And this is the person I would look at, and this is Bradley Locko, yeah, from Brest. Obviously, they actually had a really good season. I think they're in the UCL, if I'm not mistaken. He's definitely a good quality player for sure. 33 matches played, 2,959 minutes played. I'm going from back to front. I'm going from left back, then goalkeeper, then I'm going to leave striker last because striker is quite easy to talk about, DI, in my personal opinion. So I'm looking at Chelsea should give every fan a turn to scream at these dumb owners. Fair enough. Yeah. Listen, Joe. I was speaking about Loco before FIFA cards. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't do that with me. I've been speaking about Loco before the FIFA cards were coming in. People on FIFA too much, man. You know what I mean? But this guy's actually he's had a really good season. Only 22 years old again. Something that the club definitely will be looking at within that market. You look at him. He's very similar actually to my guy Gusto in the sense of like if you look at him from a defensive standpoint, good tackler, good at making interceptions. Right? He's able to win his duels quite. I would say for his age, quite decently. I would say. Right? So tackles, interceptions, and winning his aerial duels. Again, if people are getting pissed off about the aerial duels, well, thank you, Abraham. Much appreciated. Right. So there's definitely again, you look at this progressive carries can take on his man much. So again, a lot of the stuff you're looking at here, yeah, is very good things. Again, and for someone like him, I actually like him off, and so definitely for sure, Bradley Loco is someone you should look at in that market. Now, the other guy I know a lot of people would like is this guy, Mr. Alejandro Balde. Obviously, he had an ACL injury recently, right? So, as my guy Joe has just continue to mention, but we know about Balde, we know about his skills, right? Great progressive passer, great at successful take-ons, great at progressive carries. But the thing for me just came off the ACL. The thing of that is that you have to wait and see. Is he going to be able to return? Is it going to take him time? Are you willing to give him that time to be able to do that as well? And again, defensively, cooked. You know what I mean? You look at defensively, cooked, man. Yep, that's what I'm saying to you. So those are the three options. In my personal opinion, Kukurea, you move him on, as well as Chilwell. And then I would say Kirkers and Loco, bringing them both in would work, in my personal opinion. But I know usually you probably want an older statesman, right? An older statesman. So if that's the case, you'd have to choose between Kirkers and Bradley Loco. But if I'm Chelsea, Bradley Loco is the guy you bring in. I would say Bradley Loco and Kukurea, those as a two, would work wonders, in my opinion. And I think that would be a lot more efficient. Why not go for enough also? That's why I said I said it's not realistic. So as such, Kukurea probably will stay, in my personal opinion. And if that's the case, you have a Bradley Loco and a Kukurea. And I think that would work anyway. So that's what I'm saying. Why not go for Alphonso? The reason why you don't listen, Alphonso Davies would be a great option to have, great player. The problem is, I'm just thinking about the Chelsea model. Would they be willing to pay 80, 90, 100 million just for a left back? And I don't think they would ever do that, bro. They would never do that, bro. What? You want to sell Cuckoo, man? Just make this financially. Listen, Vic, agenda's got agenda. Loco, listen, I know, man. That's what's crazy, man. They don't know Gabriel, bro. He only cost them €500,000, by the way. And we're probably going to have to spend like 30 million to get him, 35 million to get this guy. But he would be quality, man. Right? That's all I have to say, man. Let's face it, we need two win backs so we can have Nkuku and Palmer on the insides. So again, that's what I'm saying to you. A guy like Alejandro Balde, a guy like Loco can do that job for you. So I would say Loco, man. I want Disasi to follow Kukurea and Chilwell out though. Fair enough, man. Disasi hate, man. We hate to see it around these streets. So I'm gonna now move on to the goalkeepers because after that it's literally the strikers, which is the easiest one to look at, really. And everyone knows a striker. Actually, we just need to look at one place anyway. So the one that I know that some people have been talking about is Bento. Bento, obviously, Brazilian goalkeeper, 24 years old, currently plays for Atletico Paranaense. I hope I'm saying that correct. Any Brazilians in chat, can you auto correct me if you can, please, as well? Clear Lake would love somebody like Davies, young and talented, plus commercial value in NA/Canada. Aaron, that can be true, but if Bayern's asking price is going to be a lot of money, they're not going to go for him. That's the problem. And knowing Chelsea, they would much prefer to get at someone that they believe they can increase their value in and get a 7-year contract in. You know what I mean? Is Davies willing to sign a death row contract at Chelsea? If he is, then listen, welcome to Death Row Records. Fair enough. Maresca plays an inverted fullback too. I don't know, and I don't think, if I'm mistaken, that I don't think Alphonso Davies can play inverted. So that's something you have to consider there too. So obviously, this is the ones we're looking at. I'm going to go on to goalkeeping, right? And this is obviously Bento, and Bento, at least from a goalkeeping aspect, seems to be quite good goalkeeper in his league in general. I'm looking at this goal kicks. Goal kicks attempted 8.49. Average length of goal kicks 44.2 yards, which is, I don't think there's that much for it, honestly. But we need to start Davies' pace. But again, can Davies invert? If Davies can't invert and work in the system, he's not coming to the club, boys. That's what we need to realize. I hear what you're saying, but if Davies can't invert, he's not going to be here, boys. So we need to think about it from that point of view. Davies has a release clause, wouldn't be expensive. I hear you, but again, having Davies and Mudryk on the left, yo, Lord have mercy, that actually might be crazy. That's too crazy. That's too chaotic. That left wing is going to be too chaotic, man. I'm going to feel sorry for Benoit, Badiashile, and my guy, what's it called? And my guy, Levi Cole, on the left back side. So, Diogo Costa, 60 million release clause. Oh, that's interesting. The other guy I actually I know that people talk about this guy, but this guy is for me. This guy is the one. Polish goalkeeper Marcin Bulka, obviously 24 years old, former Cobham player as well. Key thing too. So played 34 games for OCG Nice. He's a quality goalkeeper, of course. Obviously, goal kicks. No, obviously, this is his save percentages. Very good save percentage from what I've seen watching him. Very good on the ball. He's able to pass. Very good kicker too. Quality player, man. I would say Bulka. So that's a guy we can definitely look at for sure and say, I like this guy. I can see what he's doing. I can see what he's cooking. Let's bring him in. For me personally, so Bulka is the other centre back I'm looking at. I know people are talking about Diogo Costa. We can have a look at him for sure. Diogo Costa, come on. Gonna be interesting to see him in the Euros again. Is this the goalkeeper? Yes, it is. There we go. Yep, former Cobham kid. So that's what I'm saying to you. For someone, he already understands the football club to some extent. Been a former player for us, former academy graduate from us. So again, that's someone you can bring in and bang. Marcin. All right, fair enough, bro. What two? Okay, I can answer this question. What striker, what two defenders would you bring in Chelsea? I've heard rumors that that's interesting because I think we definitely need, I would say, a right centre back. I would also, I think striker wise, I would probably say, I think from a striker perspective, I wouldn't mind bringing in again Gyökeres or Sesko. My hot take is Sorloth. Bringing in Sorloth, is gonna be the one. I feel like he's gonna hit like crack. I know he flopped at Crystal Palace, but if you bring him to Arsenal and the way we play, Sorloth Nation, we're going to the moon. You know what I mean? What's that cryptocurrency stuff they say? We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon with that guy. But personally, again, I'll probably say Gyökeres. And I think the other person that I would say for centre back wise, I need to look at RCBs, bro. The thing is, I haven't looked at the RCB market properly, and I want to make sure when I make my decision, it's correct. Otherwise, you know what I mean? I'm just going to be saying some stupid stuff. You Cobham section now on my guy. Listen, I don't mind Cobham again. I like Cobham. If he's gonna bring me talent, I don't mind that. And then we either use it to be sold on to make money for us, or they come into the team and are effective. Hey, I'm all for that, bro. A good one would be Stefan Ortega. I know Ortega. My mate, loves Ortega Oliver. He would like him to play for us 110% of the time. And listen, I don't mind Ortega, but the issue I have again is that he wants to sit at the football club. It's probably going to be a bit harder to move him on, so I don't think so. Yep. So again, that's what. But by the way, Gyökeres, again, Vic knows, man. Vic knows. It's fire. I see the port of his Sporting game on Sunday. Ed Kidd, if Maresca plays the same system as we need a Steve that can play ball. Jackson would actually suit. Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying to you. I feel like you need a guy that's going to match Jackson's style of play. That's the thing. So as such, for me, again, Gyökeres probably is the closest to that. Sorloth can do that really well. Even if you were to say, even the guy at Girona, Dobrik, very good at build-up play, can do that effectively too. So there's that too. Tosin, I forgot about that. Tosin is a good one. Costa is my pick, but I'm not gonna lie, Bento looks nice too. I just want to prove an ST and a GK to strengthen the spine now. I agree, man. We need to see I feel like the spine just needs to be finished off. I agree with Cinek on that. Cinek, you would know this question. Does he have like a release clause, by the way, Costa? I think it's 60 million, right? Just wanted to confirm that with you. Sesko is Jackson in disguise. The thing is, man, Jackson will probably improve for me next season. So again, that's something that I feel like people are going to be surprised by. I think Jackson will get better as the season goes on next season. I believe that too. I think this season's going to be better for Jackson, and that I probably wouldn't be surprised if he starts ahead of the other striker and he starts cooking. You know what I mean? Jackson's my guy in it, so that's why I have to put some level of respect on him too as well. So, but that's just me again, personally speaking from experience. 60 million, so that's only 50 million pound, 55 million pounds roughly in British pound sterling. So, again, so You know, hmm. Christ My Start says, if I were to sign a player, I would sign Maximilian Mittelstadt or Waldemar Anton, both from Stuttgart, good defenders. I know the club is looking like tar, by the way, but I know that's not been spoken about at all. So again, we'll have to wait and see on that. Whether or not that happens is going to be another thing, of course, entirely. But we move on that one. Still, damn, I am really, really I am really cooked, bro. I'm parched. I'm parched right now, but we move. But listen, let's move on. That Jackson disguise comment is wow. Not gonna lie, I have cooked Jackson, but when he stopped trying to volley every shot, he improved. Give him 3 balls and he will cook. I don't even think that, man. Again, I think Jackson. You know what it was? It was just that the adaptation period for some players is a bit shorter and a bit longer than others. I think he just adapted to the league a bit towards the end of the season, I would say, like towards like the February period, the March period. That's when he started adapting to the league properly. I would argue in terms of the way he started scoring goals, the way he's been a bit more effective, in my personal opinion. That's the thing. I think also for me, the thing of Jackson, we had so much expectations on him because of the fact that he was going to be the number one striker for the whole season. That we were and everyone expecting maybe like someone like Ivan Toney to come in January to change the hoops, but that didn't happen. That's what it is. But listen, I want to talk about the striker market now. Yeah. And the first guy, obviously, that we need to talk about is this guy got a 50 million release clause, and that is Benjamin Sesko. Damn, they did him dirty with that picture, They did him dirty with that picture, by the way. Look at that, Abby, bro. They did not give this guy any favors. Only 20 years old. Obviously in the Bundesliga this season, 14 goals and 2 assists. Obviously, he's seen his XG and his expected assists. Wow, which is a good thing. I would like to think. I want to look at this, by the way. This always does a good thing for us. Non-penalty goals, 0.75 per 90. Takes on about 2.86 shots per 90. The 5 signings for me are Bento, Tosin, Davies, Osimhen, Olise. Fair enough. I think the directors really have faith in Jackson becoming number one. I agree too. That's the thing. That's why I think for me, if Osimhen doesn't happen, it means that the guy they're bringing are trying to be a competition for Jackson, and they're just trying to tell Jackson it's time for you to rise up, big man. Hosselu, lordy lord. Good blocker, good clearances. It seems, you know what I mean. In the box, he's clearing. Hey, he's definitely good at that. The other guy I know that we've obviously been linked to is Victor Osimhen. You see, look at this guy. They gave this guy a nice little shot. Big up Osimhen, man. You know what I mean? 25 years old. Obviously scored 15 goals, 3 assists in the league. Again, you're looking at some of the stuff. 0.56 expected goals per 90. That's non-penalty goals per 90. Shoots 3.84 times per 90. Takes a lot of touches in the penalty box for sure. Receives a lot of progressive passes in the box. So that's clearly shows a lot more the fact that he's a bit more of a target man. This came to me in mind that Poch gave these players a day off after getting slapped 5-0. Yep, that's Poch for you. Big up Ahmed. I hope Maresca proves us wrong by finishing the top 4, winning Chelsea and the Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Yeah. I agree too, bro. Having 2 hit and a missed strike is risky, bringing me Osimhen. Sesko's shot creation action percentile is worrying. Not worth buying for me. Jackson scores the same number of league goals. Fair enough. You heard it here from my fellow co-host for the most of the time, Oliver. Fair enough. So that's that's something that you have to look at for sure. Obviously that's Osimhen. The other guy I want to look at, right, is obviously spoken about Osimhen, spoken about Sesko. Big up to my guy, man. Big up to my guy, obviously. Hassam, hope you do well. Can catch us on the show, obviously, 11:15 p.m. I'm going to be on the Hassam show talking a bit more about Chelsea with some fellow Chelsea guys. So obviously make sure to have a look at us from there. So big up to my guy, Hassam, for sure. The other guy I want to look at, right? Listen, you're not going to like this take, but Alexander Sorloth, yeah? This guy, obviously, he flopped. Again, Keyword, he flopped at Crystal Palace, but he's been doing really well. I like this guy in particular. Hey, listen, oh my God, we're not doing Poch out here, man. Listen, Poch out here, yeah, it's not happening, man. He's gone. Poch gone. That's what we need to say from now on, man. Poch gone. Alhamdulillah, he's gone, man. La Liga this season, 23 goals, 6 assists. I think the age might be an issue. You know what I mean? Age might be an issue. You know what I mean? We don't go over 25 around here. You know what I mean? We got the cap period lock at Chelsea Football Club, of course. But listen, again, you look at this guy, 0.8. Yeah, non-penalty goals per 90. This guy is not getting penalties. You look at this, bro. Shot creation action, 2.38. Not so great. He's probably someone again that's you're probably looking to be a bit more of a target guy, sort of. But again, good thing. He's gonna win his aerial duels. So, you know, I'm saying to you, listen. I'm just saying to you, boys. Look at this. Walk with me a bit. Walk with me. I'm telling you, Soloff to Chelsea. I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing the vision, man. You know what I mean? I want you guys to walk with me a bit, man. Like, trust me, bro. This guy, yeah, this guy's hoops. This guy is hoops. Give me one moment. Just got a quick text. I think. All right, that's it. That's done. Sorry, just had to take care of some personal stuff. Those are some mid stats, bro. Damn. Listen, 23 goals in La Liga, man. It's not easy, man. You know what I mean? We can't be denying that level of goal or that level of scoring. Nah, chill out, man. We don't do that around here, man. You know what I mean? We keep listen, you know what I mean? We stay strong around here, man. We stay strong around. That's all I have to say. Tranquilo. But we move. Listen, the sort of comps hoops, man. Look at him here at Turkey, waiting in Turkey, what he did here for Real Sociedad and at Villarreal. I'm telling you, bro. Him and Jackson would actually work here if we do left wing Jackson and a striker. You know what I mean? And did Elise and Palmer, oh my lord, guys. I'm telling you, the sensational hoops here. I'm telling you, man. Listen. That's all I have to say, man. You know, I don't want to speak too much. I'm getting too giddy right now. I need to calm down. The other guy I've been seeing people talk about is this guy, yeah? Is it Artem Dobrik? Yes, it is. See? Oh, I actually remembered his name. I said it. He's Dobrik. So this is the other gentleman, obviously. Artem Dobrik, obviously currently the top scorer. I think Belarus still got another game to play. 24 goals, 8 assists in La Liga. 26 years old. So a bit 1 year older than the age market, but you know, then again, they did it by Villarreal. Yo, Ahmed, bro. I think Serloff is a good striker looking at what Jackson has done this season, and I'm all in for him. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Igor Ahmed is showing we all know you want him here, so we kick him out to Palace. Oh my God, come on, man. Ahmed, my homie, at least Enzo Maresca has a preseason to see. Let's see that for sure. And Kiko will do a good double striker for me. Man is clinical and have good build-up play. I don't disagree with that. I just think, again, if you want a proven out-and-out striker, and the club is adamant that they want to buy him, I think also the other thing you need to consider is the fact that the club really want Nkuku, I think, just to play in the 10 role. They want to give Nkuku to play in his prime role. I think one of the reasons, especially why, by the way, if you look at what's happening, if you looked at what happened on the pitch, they want guys to be playing their actual positions too. You know what I mean? For a lot of the time on the pitch, there were guys that are playing in crazy positions, by the way. Sorloth is a Norwegian striker who will definitely show up in big games, unlike Haaland, who only scores. At least we didn't bring Tuchel back to Chelsea. We finally realized that you should never go back to. Listen, my boss knows the ball. My boss knows ball. My boss, he knows ball. That's all I have to say. But again, I want to look at this guy quickly. Artem Dovrik. Obviously, 24 goals in the league, 8 assists. If we're looking at his non-penalty goals, 0.59 non-pen goals per 90. 2.68 shots per 90 total. Seems that he's a bit more of a efficient guy in terms of the shots that he takes are usually, limited, but when he takes them, he usually at least scores from what it looks like. that is a bit of a worrying stat. Creating actions. So shot creating actions, by the way, is this, shot creation actions, by the way, is that, helping yourself, build up play to help yourself, then create that shot. Like how if that makes sense. And that's quite low, I have to say, man. I was a bit surprised, but other than that, man, he's a bit more. So it is what it is, man. Again, that's someone again to look at. So I feel like, we've covered a lot of the bases here in terms of the striker market. We can look at, the centre back market. I have to look at a bit more. My knowledge of the centre back market, by the way, is very limited. So that's why, again, I have to look at those guys a bit more. A bit more analysis needs to be done in the meantime in regard to that. Left back, I said to you, my guy Bradley Loco from Brest. I think he would do a good job there. In my personal opinion, for sure. So that's definitely someone to be looking at if you're looking at someone and left back market for me personally. Goalkeeper wise, I think obviously Bulka is a great option. I know Diogo Costa, a lot of people like him too. Bento. So there's a lot of options there at the very least that I think can do the ball playing ability stuff that maybe some people are looking at a bit more. So again, man, we move on that one still. Whether or not you guys agree with that, that's different. But again, a lot of these guys I'm looking at, for example, are very cheap. The striker market, obviously, unless you're other than Sesko, Sorloth, and Dobrik, the other guys you're looking at, Gyökeres is going to be around about £80 million. The other guy, in regards to Victor Osimhen, around about £90 million, if not a little bit more. So those two are there. And then after that, left back market, probably going to be able to get those guys there for 34 million kid. The goalkeepers, barring I think Diogo Costa, just 60 million euros. Release scores, which is like 55 million pounds. Everyone else can probably get in the 40 million market range. So again, you're looking at a lot of those stuff, and it's not that hard to do, honestly. I'm just looking to see if there's any other news, of course, in the meantime while I'm talking to you guys, of course. But we of course move. Damn, it's been a lot of stuff going on today, man, to say the least. But bear with me for a moment while I look at some other stuff. But no, I think that's pretty much all of the news actually for today in regards to Chelsea. Obviously, I tried to give you guys another stream today, talk about some of the stuff that we're definitely going to be looking at for sure. I want to ask you guys some questions. Have you got any questions for me before I finish off? Let me know right now so I can answer some of your questions. You know what I mean? Now I've got a bit more time. We've gone through a lot of the stuff that we need to do. I want to hear some of your questions, my friend. Let's hear your questions, man. That's what I want to hear. Because listen, man, at the end of the day, it's an interactive show. So if you guys have some thoughts and opinions and comments that you think Ahmed, would like to hear your thoughts upon, go ahead and let me know. You know what I mean? Commenting is free. When is your next live? Hopefully tomorrow. I think we'll probably get a few more stuff tomorrow. I'm probably going to try to do a tactical breakdown tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow, because I have a lot more time tomorrow from work, I'm going to probably be able to do a bit more tactical breakdowns, probably look at a few more CBs and try to bring them up on stream for you guys to have a look at and analyze and read so that you guys can get a better extent and knowledge on regards to some of the stuff that's there for sure. I'll probably do my old videos again. You guys know me. I used to pump out videos daily, so I'll probably do another daily video in regards to that too, for sure. Ahmed, would you take Tosin Adebayo at Chelsea on a free transfer? Yeah, I would. From what I've heard, he's decent, very good. Of course, I think he'd fit in. Ahmed, would you take Kobel from Dortmund at Chelsea? Yes, I would like Kobel. I'm a very big fan of Kobel, actually. I said last season when we were looking at goalkeeper before Sanchez and Petrovic to bring in Kobel, because I think Kobel is a very good shot stopper. I think, of course, play style wise, playing out the back, he can do that too. Whether or not it's to an elite level, like the Allisons, again, probably is yet to be seen in my personal opinion when it comes to Kobel. So that's something to consider. I usually do my stuff at around about 7-8 p.m. anyway, so definitely past the school time, I would like to think, in general, but there's that for sure. But again, what criteria do you use to sign? All right, what criteria do you use to if you sign a player? Okay, so Here we go. For me, my criteria for signing a player are two things. Obviously, the eye test is one of them. Like, I have to see how the player plays, how he looks. I personally am not a big fan, by the way, of comps. I like to watch players in game. So I would like, one of the things I always do, watch them in game, see how their movement works, their style of play, the style of play they like to work out. For me personally, that's something, right? That's something I look at in particular personally for myself, right? Um, so that's something I look at. So how they play and everything, and that's the eye test angle. The second thing I also look at then afterwards is their statistics. Now, if it's a goalkeeper, if it's a striker, of course, GNA is going to be the main thing you look at. So there's definitely something that you have to look at for sure, right? That's something I look at for sure. The other thing that I also look at when it comes down to it, for a midfielder, I'm looking also at the progressive passes they're making, the amount of times they're making clearances, the movement in terms of like how many shots per 90 they're looking at, all of those sort of things, bro. That's the thing that I personally look at whenever it comes to signing players. And if both of them fit, then bad. Nicola Jackson on Thursday night Conference League against teams in Finland or Sheriff in Moldova, HJK Helsinki. Hey man, we might be seeing, you know what I mean? And my guy, what's it called? We might be seeing my guy Jackson against Lausanne FC, bro. Geneva. If you, imagine if you see, oh my god, we could actually see us playing Geneva, bro. We could be playing in Switzerland. I might actually make a trip to Switzerland, bro. See some family members. You know what I mean? If that happens. If we play in what's it called, thingy, I will make sure to make that happen personally. I'll make sure to make that happen. Love and trust on that one for sure. For me personally, I think Chelsea should sign Gyökeres. I 100% agree. But I have a feeling that Maresca will probably go for a drop from Girona. That suits Maresca's style. I don't think so, Ben. I think a lot of the time, a lot of these strikers that we're looking at in the modern day, in particular, everyone wants everyone wants a complete striker. I don't think, I think there's freaks of nature which can, because they score so many goals, they don't need to do others, aka Mr. Erling Haaland. But a lot of the time, a lot of these strikers, they need to be a bit more complete. Almost, I always say, the strikers that a lot of these people always want is Drogba. You know what I mean? Guys that can hold up the play, can link up play, can create themselves, can score as well. That's the thing that they want. They want strikers, yeah. If they're not scoring, can they create for me? Can they help team chemistry? Can they build up the play alongside the team? That's one of the reasons why Drogba was such a good striker, by the way, in terms of like his control and everything. So that's it. Jackson getting his motivation against Eastern European Conference League teams. We will be there. Oh my god, you're crazy, Fran. I actually just deep what you mean by that. You're a nasty guy, brother, big man. Love and guidance on that one still, but we move. Guys, I think I'm gonna call it here. You can catch me on Hissam's channel at 11 p.m. I will be on Judge Mo's channel at 10 p.m. To be discussing some stuff, obviously in regards to Chelsea, and you guys can join there, of course. But listen, I've been your host, the most of Bridge 258. Dedicate your hearts, and as always, please make sure